Inspector General was subsequently found in contempt and sentenced on 13th of September 2024. In the wake of this ruling, a disturbing action was taken by the National Police Service over the weekend. The security detail assigned to Honorable Justice Mugambi were disarmed and withdrawn. This deliberate and punitive measure represents a direct assault on judicial independence, an affront to the rule of law, and a violation of the principles enshrined in our Constitution. Article 160 of the Constitution unequivocally protects judicial independence, stating that the judiciary is subject only to the Constitution and the law and shall not be subject to the control or direction of any person or authority. Additionally, any benefits or conditions of service related to a judge's position, including their security, must not be varied to their disadvantage, particularly in retaliation for the lawful execution of their judicial duties. Security for judges is an accrued benefit that cannot be withdrawn whimsically. The act of withdrawing the security of a sitting judge following a judicial decision that displeased certain authorities is deeply concerning. It sends a chilling message to the judiciary and indeed to the public at large that those entrusted with upholding justice and safeguarding our rights can be intimidated, that judges can be bullied or retaliated against for their rulings. Such actions erode public trust in the independence of the courts. They also undermine the very foundation of our constitutional democracy and pose a risk to disregard of our institutions and descents to lawlessness. If dissatisfied with a judicial decision, the appropriate recourse is to appeal to a higher court. Indeed, we are aware that an appeal has already been filed and is waiting to be heard and determined. We caution, however, that retaliatory measures against a judge or judicial officers have no place
in the defense of the aspirations of Kenyan people who decided at the time of enacting this constitution to have a country that is governed by the rule of law. Part of the oath of office that I took as a judge states as follows: I will at all times, and to the best of my knowledge and ability, protect, administer, and defend this constitution with a view to upholding the dignity and the respect for the judiciary and the judicial system of Kenya. End of quote. The constitution of this country is supreme, and Article 2.1 reiterates that by stating that it defines all persons and all state organs. No man or state organ or authority is above the Constitution. The Constitution command through this court is that I uphold the rule of law by protecting the integrity of the judicial system. The significance of this sentence today is to vindicate the cherished principle of the rule of law in our constitutional democracy by restoring the dignity and the authority of this court in public interest. Borrowing from the South African Constitutional Division, the condemner shall serve sentence as follows. The condemner, Mr. Gilbert Masengeli, is sentenced to 6 months in prison. Mr. Masengeli is ordered to submit himself to the Commissioner General of Kenya Prisons to ensure that he is to be committed to a prison facility to commence serving sentence of the imprisonment imposed. In the event that he does not submit himself to the Commissioner General of Prison Service as ordered, the Cabinet Secretary for the National Interior must take all steps that are necessary and permissible in law to ensure Mr. Gilbert Masengeli is committed to prison to commence serving the sentence imposed on him. The court, nevertheless, finds it desirable to impose this sentence as a coercive order as opposed to a punitive order. In that regard, Mr. Masengeli may avoid serving this sentence, and therefore, in that regard, the court shall suspend this sentence for 7 days only. the Acting Inspector General of Police can redeem himself and comply by availing himself before this court in person to answer to the issues he has been avoiding in the fall. The offences shall automatically become effective.